Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be working on the V6 MR2. We're going to start the process of adding aero. This car currently has the stock spoiler, and what we'll be adding is this ARP wing. I don't recall the exact model number. For wing stands, I got these custom wing stands that I bought off my buddy. My buddy John, who I actually bought the big brake kit off of. I bought the wing stands from like a year ago or something like that. He made a batch of them that were made out of aluminum. I ended up getting the original one that he made, which was made out of steel. So it weighs a little bit more, but it's stronger. The install itself should be pretty easy. All we'll have to do is remove this midsection. I will remove these end pieces as well, just because I think it'll look funny otherwise. After removing this section, all I'll have to do is mark my holes, drill it out, and then I can put the new wing on. Full transparency, mounting the wing today is gonna be more of a temporary thing. And the reason for that is I discovered that my trunk's actually broken. This will be challenging to see on camera, but right here, there's this little nick in the trunk lid, which doesn't really make sense. Then if you run your hand over that same exact spot, you feel a bump, which it shouldn't be like that. And then to make it worse, if you put some weight, it flexes pretty substantially, and you can even hear it clicking. With the lid popped open, we can actually see that the bracing itself cracked. You can even see the little gap right there. My plan right now is to still mount the wing, mainly because I have a vision for the car and I want to see it come to life. And yes, I've seen wings on other MR2s, but I've never had a wing installed on my MR2. So it just feels a little bit different, if that makes sense. In regards to the trunk, I think I'm just gonna get a new one. I mean, I was thinking that maybe I could talk to someone who has some fab skills, see if they can like reinforce this area, but I do have hesitancies about that because I have no idea when it broke, how long it's been like that, and the trunk already has a bit of a bow to it, so I think it may just be a better idea to get a different trunk lid. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started on this. So I got to undo these screws. These are all 10mm. There should be a bolt there, but it's not there for whatever reason. I'll undo this, and then I think at that point, this middle piece of the spoiler should just slide on off. The spoiler was super easy to take off. Of course, I still have to take off these side pieces, but I just wanted to stop for a second because this is actually really cool to see the true color of this car. So this is a 93. I think it was the 1 year that they did the, I think technically it was aqua marine pearl or something like that, but it's essentially teal. I absolutely love the color, and that's the color that this chassis was before someone came through and painted it. So you can see that difference. I'm not too concerned about getting it perfectly like cleaned right now, just because I'm gonna end up just getting a different trunk lid. One thing that surprised me is the weight of this wing. I thought that with the new setup, it was gonna end up weighing more than this, but I think that it's gonna be relatively close in weight, so there won't be much of a change there. I still gotta take the sides off. These just have a couple 10mm bolts, I believe. So there is one right there, and then one way over there. I believe that's it. If there's more, I guess we'll find out in a sec. I went ahead and took the antenna off just because the radio on this car doesn't work. I might just go ahead and junk it. I try to save what I can on these older cars, but I think this is one of those pieces that doesn't really make a difference. The spoiler though, I will 100% keep. I don't think I'm gonna need this for anything, but I don't know, just in case, maybe I need them for Layla or something. Oh, and I gotta show you guys how bad the bend is on this trunk. I know I've already like talked about it a couple times, but this really shows it like the best. Lines right up really good. And then if we come over here, boom, like that is horrible. I literally don't have any idea how that happened. And it's not like with the type of driving I'm doing or any of the stuff that I do to the car that would cause it to fatigue. If I already had a wing on it, it would make sense, but it just doesn't. So yeah, I'm kind of at a loss at that one. Now it's time to go ahead and mount the wing. Even though this is only temporary, I do want to make sure it's like relatively even. Otherwise it'll just bother me because it's going to sit like this for, you know, the duration of winter as I'm working on the car. And just like that, we got the wing on the car, and I'm like super stoked on this because, well, to be honest with you guys right now, I don't think this necessarily looks the best. I mean, you can see the difference in paint there. You can see the holes. Obviously, this side is pretty bent. So like it looks a little clapped out right now, but I have like a vision in mind and I see it slowly coming to life. I'm also really glad that I went ahead and mocked this up because it gives me some ideas of how I can do things a little bit differently for next time. As an example, one of the things I'll end up doing next time is I'm gonna put some type of bracing here, and I'm gonna wanna do that because over time I guarantee the trunk will fatigue and then fail, and I don't want that. If anyone watching this happens to have a spare trunk, please let me know because I'd love to buy one. I'm hoping to have it by the end of December because I would like to paint this car before season starts. So in addition to the trunk lid that I'll be looking for, and boy, that's so freaking bad. Anyways, I'm still looking for an F40 engine lid. I actually have found a couple of them, but they get like snapped up just like that. If I don't end up finding an F40 lid, that's really not the end of the world. At this time, it's not really critical, but if I don't end up finding a OEM trunk, I'll probably just end up ordering a carbon fiber one. I'd really like to avoid that just because I know it'll be pricier. Since I'm not gonna drive the car anytime soon, I'm pretty much just gonna leave the wing on there. Really where I'm gonna focus next is the front end. I'll be disassembling that so I can put the flares on. Also try to figure out the situation with the hood vent so I can make the aero actually functional. Definitely follow along if you want to see that, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.